How's it going, eh? And B, what time is it? Welcome and happy birthday to Jeeve. Everybody's welcome, of course. I play the bass guitar and I sing and harmonica and drums and a whole bunch of stuff, and I just jam it out. And we have our live guest every Friday at 9 o'clock p.m. EST, which is in half an hour. 20 minutes actually. Frankie MacDonald, who is from Sydney, Nova Scotia. He's one of the most famous people in the entire world. And he'll be calling in live from the streets of Sydney, Nova Scotia, downtown, partying. Larry is the imaginary producer, and then we do show and tell. And there's something I'm going to show and tell you right now. That's Sky of the Universe. Everyone follow him on the chat if you do YouTube. I left social media over a year ago and I'm feeling much better. My name is Jack. I'm a 49-year-old man. I actually turned 49 last week. And we've been on the air for 9.9 years. This December is 10 years. We've been streaming live. I said, happy Halloween, baby. You sure did treat me nice. I said, happy Halloween, baby. You sure did treat me nice. Got me all this candy, and now I've got diabetes, and ain't so nice. I said the jack-o'-lantern came across my house about 11:59. Jack-o'-lantern came around my house around 11:59. The witching hours upon us all. If you get scared, who you gonna call? I want a new drug, one that does what it should, one that don't make me feel too bad, one that don't make me feel too good. We have Frankie MacDonald in 10 minutes. Or was that just Barry Turner? Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
Wolfman Cabana. He was so hairy he had to move to Havana. Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
Something strange in the neighborhood. Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
Ladies and gentlemen, the one... Larry, do it properly. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, live from Sydney, Nova Scotia, it's Frankie McDonald. Okay, how's it going, Frankie?
Things are great so far. I'm having a great evening so far. And did you hear about this? I got news for you. I was on Joey Only Show last night. It went great. And Storm Chaser Jenny was on Joey Only Show last night. Having a great night so far.
That's amazing. And how are things in Sydney, Nova Scotia? Is it busy or quiet?
Yeah, on Charlotte Street. I'm showing the progress of Charlotte Street.
Okay, so every week Frankie's been calling in and showing us the progress of Charlotte Street. They're completely rebuilding it. Before it was just a big hole in the ground, and now it looks like a shack, a miracle. It looks amazing, Frankie. Wow, they've really been working hard on it, haven't they? That's amazing. It looks great, Frankie. And you're by a space right now where you're getting Wi-Fi. As long as you're not stealing Wi-Fi from the chill zone, Frankie. Are you stealing the Wi-Fi from the chill zone? That's a Peabody joke, right?
Yeah.
Peabody has kind of like become a side character. Oh my goodness, what is this? Ladies and gentlemen, there's some kind of monster on TV. Ladies and gentlemen, Frankie, it's Frankenstein McDonald. We have Ultra Man here saying Frankie. We've already got one of your fans in the room. Do vampires... That's amazing, Frankie. You look super, super scary for Halloween. Glow in the dark teeth, right? And I have a one of a kind, the only one in the world. This is a Frankie McDonald bobblehead with a headless Frankie McDonald, like the Headless Horseman. Frankie, are you a vampire?
Oh no, I was just for Halloween.
Where do vampires live?
Vampires live in the dark and things like this.
Yeah, they live. They're like bats, eh? They sleep upside down and stuff like that. I was just watching the movie Lost Boys, which is about vampires. And it's very Keith Sutherland, very good movie.
The Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys. That's a movie I could. Hey, did you watch the movie Quicksilver I sent you?
It's in transit.
It's the same actor as the kid in Lost Boys, and he's in a wheelchair, and he has to kill a werewolf. Have you ever seen a werewolf in Nova Scotia before?
Not in person.
It's very quiet here tonight, Frankie. This is
It's going to bring colder air in Nova Scotia on Sunday. It's going to bring multiple systems heading for eastern United States. Next week coming on October 30th. Then it's going to be nice on Halloween. It's going to bring snow up in Bonaventure, Quebec, and Monica Boy was that.
Right now, it's warm here, Frankie. It's 20 degrees. That's super, super hot. It's t-shirt weather at night at the end of October. Why is it so warm here?
It's warm air, cold air fighting each other. It's been really, really cold up in Fort McMurray, Alberta, and Brooks, Alberta. My dad is saying hi, Frankie.
Hey, we have Frank McDonald here. Frank Sr. Hello, Frankie. Frank McDonald. It's always a pleasure to have your father in the chat room. The chat board is not working for some reason on the screen, but I can see it on YouTube. How's your dad doing tonight, Frankie?
He's doing great over. He's writing music. He's writing more music. He's getting lots of plays on his SoundCloud so far.
That's amazing. If you want to follow Frankie MacDonald's father, Frank MacDonald, you can go to SoundCloud and type in Mystic Mist. I always like to support my friends and help people no matter what. It's always good to help people. Frankie, what kind of stuff have you been getting up to for your YouTube channel?
I just did a vampire drinking red tea video back in earlier in the week.
Red tea, is that your favorite?
One of them. The vampire drinking red tea, that's one of my videos, comedy videos this week.
Is it because red tea has blood in it?
No, it doesn't. It's a mineral from southern Africa.
Okay, Southern Africa, wow. I used to live in South Africa, beautiful place. Thank you, bass guy, says Frank MacDonald. We have Sky here if you want to say hi to Pat.
Hi, Pat. I'm doing great so far. And you're just taking videos. That means Montreal had so much rain last weekend.
Yeah, we had so much rain that I went out for some walks this week, and the ground is all squishy and wet.
There's a lot of rain in Montreal as well. And in Brooks Albert had a snowstorm earlier in the week. It was a lot of snow in Brooks Albert where Brandon Halk at.
Usually lately it's been raining on Halloween, but I think this Halloween in Montreal it's supposed to be nice out.
Yeah.
Frankie, what kind of Halloween films have you been watching?
Quite a
Spooky
bit.
films.
Spooky films and things like this.
Okay, and what kind of... Are you doing anything for Halloween? You're going to go out in the town?
Just walking around, things like this. And these kids will be going trick-or-treating, things like this. The kids got to go to school on Wednesday.
Now, I know you have your videos. It's my favorite video, the Halloween one, Facts About Halloween. Can you give us a short version, a condensed version of the facts of Halloween?
The facts about the Halloween night 2023, all the people don't go walking in the streets and things like this. Because there could be bad kids smashing pumpkins and things like this. That's one.
What? Maybe they throw toilet paper in the trees?
They throw toilet paper. They don't know any better.
I think that's a Canadian thing. We have Mat Night. Is it the night before Halloween or the night after Halloween the kids go bad?
It's like when the Halloween's over. And Mexico has All Saints Day on Wednesday, November 1st, and the All Souls Day in Mexico on Thursday, November 2nd.
And if you want to talk trends, Frankie, a long time ago in America, Halloween, like in the 1920s and 30s, people used to pull pranks on each other, and they would actually like take your car or your tractor and put it on top of your house roof. Like they did big, huge, elaborate stunts. Like they'd put your bicycle on your roof of your house or something like that. They did the real bad, naughty tricks.
Yes, if somebody turned to host in a nightclub, when a guy comes home and say, "There's a bouncer at the door."
And there's music playing, there's loud drums. The kids they're drinking Coca-Cola and smoking cigarettes, and they got Bazooka Joe bubblegum, and they're on their mobile phones. Okay, everybody quiet, the party's over. The police come, they knock on the door, they go, "Sir, are you the owner of this house?"
Yes.
Is this a residential or a commercial area?
Residential.
Sir, do you have a permit for this little thing here?
No.
You come with me. Put your hands up behind your back.
That means the kid wakes up and says, "Mom, what happened?"
Says, "Son, your father cracked and turned our house into a nightclub. He got arrested. And son, I have some news for you. Your father and I
are getting divorced."
And then he goes to jail. So the guy turned his house into a nightclub. Hey, Frankie, talking about nightclubs, are you going to one tonight?
And doolies and dance and things like this. And did you hear about this? And then I sent you earlier this week. I sent you a picture of me with one of my fans.
Oh yeah, can I show it now?
Yes.
Okay, so let's just go to the appropriate thing, and here's a photo that Frankie MacDonald sent in with one of his fans. Who is this person? What is her name, Frankie?
He's a big fan of mine that was at Dooley's in Sydney.
Dooley's in Sydney, and you're dancing with the ladies at Dooley's.
Yeah, things are going great so far.
That's amazing, Frankie. We're all happy for you, and you look super, super happy there. People all over the world love you, Frankie. Why do they love you so much, you think?
They watch my videos, weather reports, dancing videos, and my comedy videos.
And you work hard, don't you?
Yeah.
That's amazing, Frankie. Well, the world, Sarah Soller said it once, that we live in a time where everyone's cynical and sarcastic and passive aggressive, and we need someone like you that's real and fun. And you're amazing, Frankie. You're doing great. We're all proud of you. And what are you going to do next?
Then it got some rain in Sapporo, Japan this Saturday coming, things like this.
I saw a lot of Sapporo lately on the news. Why did they keep doing the news about Sapporo?
It's over in Japan. They're getting rain over there. Sapporo is the biggest city in northern Japan.
And they get a lot of snow, too, in the winter, right?
Yes, they do.
Frankie, what kind of Halloween songs are there?
There's quite a few Halloween songs.
There's The Reaper, Don't Fear the Reaper, Ghostbusters. Have you seen that
Yeah.
film? And how about movies like E.T.?
E.T., that's another one.
Yeah, I
and
love...
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Hey, if you Frankie, you're always asking me for good movies. If you want to see an amazing movie that film directors love, watch a movie called The Cat People. It's from 1942. It's in black and white, and it's really creepy. It's called The Cat People.
You can send it to me through text message.
It's all about shadows and composition and lead-in lines and acting. See, in a long time ago, they used to have things called acting and bands. Before the days of Katy Perry and Taylor Swift, they had the thing called music. Anyway, so Frankie, are you having fun?
Yeah, some of the fun's over. You can send a name of the movie through a text message.
Okay, I'll do it after the show. Okay. Or
Yeah,
wait, why don't I do it right now?
Yes.
Okay, this is what millennials do. They're like millennials will be like on the news, like journalists, and they'll be reading the news from their phone.
And there's a lot of clowns and trolls out there. Some are trying to get me to answer her questions. Like back in February to March last year, I was like, Frankie, you answer this right now.
And what do you do when people tell you what to do, Frankie?
I don't listen to them.
There, I just texted you the name. I was just passing a college and a university here at the bus stop, and there was like all the leaves of the trees are like orange and yellow, and it's super warm, and there's so much color everywhere. And I saw like 25 kids in a row, every single one of them on their phone. I say, put your phone in the garbage.
Just imagine when the guy was driving a bicycle, the bicycle fell off the cliff. Where's he go? Boom, 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 boom.
Oh no, he has to go to the hospital. What happens when he sees the doctor?
Doctor's like, can't fix him, throw him in the garbage.
And then the police come and they go, sir, are you the doctor of this hospital?
Yes.
Did you throw the guy in the garbage?
Yeah.
Why did you? You're too busy. But he just had a sore knee. Why did you throw him in the garbage?
Doctor's just so busy.
Sir, put your hands behind your back. Your hospital is going under investigation. This is a lockdown.
That means how big news that's gonna be.
Hey, you're not stealing Wi-Fi from Charlotte Street, are you?
No.
When is the chill zone still open?
Chill zone's closed for the season.
And hey, Frankie, it's the weekend before Halloween, so I guess that's why it's not very busy. Are the streets full of like young people in Halloween costumes? Have you seen any?
Some of it.
Maybe someone will walk by on the street tonight in a Halloween costume. Wow,
Just imagine.
I'm doing great so far, Frankie. I've been on the air for 10 years solid, and we have 2 viewers. Larry's doing great, Frankie.
He's doing great so far. How many computers you got left? Some of your old computers still works.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of spare parts now. Over the years, Frankie and I were building computers to keep our show running, and then someone from Indonesia got us a brand new computer finally. It took 10 years to get it. I did the show for 10 years with computers from the garbage, and now we have leftover parts, and I have one computer that works and one that's kind of half broken, but we're working on it. So it's really, 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 really quiet tonight, Frankie. I don't know why.
That means you could get another computer for other things too.
Yeah, for other things, just to maybe music and stuff like that. Frankie, can you give us a roundup of the weather in North America?
Right, and in the world, that means down in North America, it's going to bring colder than average temperatures in eastern North America later on in the weekend. Lots of low pressure systems coming off the east coast of the United States. In western United States and western Canada, it's going to bring lots of rain going on in Vancouver, British Columbia, and things like this later on next week, and things like this. And up around Montreal, Quebec, and places in Antarctica, they're getting warmer there. In New York, there's lots of rain and wind going on in England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland. There's a rain hitting for Sapporo, Japan. In Yakutsk, Russia's getting colder. Magadan, Russia's getting colder. In Chita, Russia's getting colder. In Siberia, it's going to get really, really, really cold air soon. And in Australia, it's getting lots of warm air, cold air fighting each other, bringing severe weather in southeast coast Australia, bringing hail, things like this. Then they got some cold air in New Zealand and warm air fighting each other, scare spring. India's monsoon season came to an end, and down in New Zealand, supposed to be lots of rain on and off in New Zealand as well. Things are going great so far. Did you hear about Blue Sky? I'm on Blue Sky social media now.
Blue Sky. Who's Blue or Blues?
Blue Sky's the new social media.
Okay, I never heard of it. I'm trying to get away from social media. I don't like social media. I think it ruined music and art and culture, but that's just my little opinion. I'm just an artist, so what should I know?
Things are going really well so far on my side. I'm
Can
ready
you-
to go.
And so are people out in the streets partying? They're going out for Halloween tonight?
Things are going great so far.
What are you looking at? What are you seeing right now? Are there people?
Things are going great so far. How was your day? Did you hear about this?
It's
Back
great.
in the day, they entered the last sunset up above the Arctic Circle is November the 18th.
And we have the solar eclipse coming up in April, right?
Monday, April 8th, 2024.
I can't wait for that. We had a partial eclipse the other weekend. That was pretty cool.
Total solar eclipse heading for Sydney, Nova Scotia, Monday, April 8th, 2024.
Well, whatever you do, Frankie, don't spend 30 years trying to learn like a craft or whatever, because it doesn't matter in the future. Could you give any advice for people going out trick-or-treating to be safe and everything?
Be extra, 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 extra careful. Don't go near back kids.
Hey, we have Julie here from Indonesia. Can you say hi to Julie?
Hi, Julie of Indonesia. I'm doing great so far. It's Frank Adele. Things are going really well so far. I'm having a great weekend. I'm having a great day so far.
That's amazing. And welcome, Julie. I hope you're well.
Hi, Chris.
Hey,
Nelson Andrew Herbert, a.k.a. Nelson Peabody, is in Japan.
he's in Japan, Nelson Peabody. And Julie, do they celebrate Halloween? It's just crazy. I'm talking to someone in Indonesia here. Do they have Halloween in Indonesia? Do you dress up and go out? I guess not, right? People have different cultures the further you get away from North America and Europe.
They get a different culture there.
Julie says, hi, Frankie.
Hi, Julie. I'm doing great so far.
And it's a good thing Julie is here because Julie just won 17 million internet points.
You just
17
won
million internet points.
What would you do with $17 million, Frankie?
internet
In
points.
the mansion under construction building mansion.
It would be under construction first. You would order them to the designs to build it, right?
Yeah, and things like this, like architects.
Well, I'm wishing you a happy Halloween. I hope you have fun and be safe out there. You're gonna do karaoke tonight, Frankie?
Tomorrow night's karaoke.
Okay, I always say that it's tomorrow, Saturday night. Well, I wish you the best, Frankie. Did you have fun tonight?
Yes, I'm having fun tonight so far.
Okay, is there anything else you want to say for the Bass Guy Halloween special before we finish up?
Best of luck to you. I'm Frank Down. You're listening to Bass Guy Show Halloween Special.
Thank you, Frankie. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Frankie McDonald.
Hey, everybody. I'm at the Circle K store on George Street in Sydney, Nova Scotia, on the corner of Townsend Street and George Street. I'm Frankie Down. You're listening to Bass Guy Show. The Bass Guy makes his own music and things like this, and Bass Guy's doing really well. So far, I'm up by the Circle K store on George Street in Sydney, Nova Scotia, on the corner of Townsend Street and George Street. It's similar to Couche-Tard in Quebec. Circle K is similar to Couche-Tard in Quebec. I'm up by the Circle K store. Here it is on corner of Townsend Street and George Street. It's similar to Circle K in Quebec. I mean, Couche-Tard in Quebec. I'm Frank Down. Bass Guy Show!
move on to some show and tell.
Show and tell is what we're gonna do. It might be old to him, but new to you. And it doesn't even matter if you've seen it before. Bass guy, show and tell. Show and tell.
Got a couple of short videos I want to show you. I'll try to make this quick. Here's some movies. One's called April Fool's Day. I collect... I have an old small television from the 80s, which I found in the garbage, and I've got a VCR, and I like to collect video cassette tapes because I believe in analog. They've got a good quality to them. There's Ghostbusters. Just thought I'd show some Halloween films. Here's a theater production of Little Shop of Horrors. Feed me, Seymour. And then we have Dawn of the Dead. I just got a few more here. This is probably one of the greatest Halloween films of all time. It's hilarious. If you're looking for film suggestions that isn't Netflix crap. Netflix is just like, we have all of your money. We're going to produce a film that we think that you want to see, and it'll have every cliche and token and fabricated thing in the world and conformity. This is an amazing film, Young Frankenstein. Hilarious. Larry! I just dropped one. We've got E.T., one of my favorite films. It's about divorce, but it's not very obvious. And like I said, watch a movie called The Cat People from 1942. It's classic film cinema. The weather here right now, can you believe this, Julie? I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but right now it's t-shirt weather. You can go outside in a t-shirt and shorts in Canada. It's 20 degrees right now, 19 degrees. It's a Johnny Depp, isn't it? Edward Scissorhands. I can't speak. I'm just tired and dry mouth. And like I said, the movie I've been watching over and over again. I watched this with the guy who gave me the car, Mills Motors. We watched this on the internet about 8 years ago. Lost Boys, great film. If you like to read books, this is a great author. And this is The Witches, which is also made into an 80s film. Amazing 80s film, like 1987 or something like that. The Witches. Amazing film. Kids film, but amazing. Then we got albums. This is Thriller. We already did Thriller a whole bunch of times, so we're not going to do it again. I got it on my machine, but yeah, baby. I remember when this came out. It was like 1981. And my friend Guy next door got it. And this isn't Halloween, but it's pretty scary. This is Queen, Muse of the World. And it's an amazing... See, music, you used to hold it and touch it, and you'd learn who the producer was and who was the engineer and the studio and where it was... And now it's just like, have you heard the new Katy Perry song? And it's all about, like, sex and, like, fakeness and everything. This is art, man. I want my music, like George, what's his name, Bill Hicks said, I want my music to mean something. I want it to come from the soul. This is Queen. And how appropriate that the robot, that the machine was coming to kill everybody. And now if you go to a concert, everyone's on their machine. They're on their frickin' phone. Can you imagine going to a show and just looking at your phone? What's wrong with people? Frankie McDonald is in the chat room. Frankie. So sorry I'm not on form. We have Andrew Herbert here. Again, I'm very, 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 very tired today. I can hardly keep my eyes open. Wow, everyone loves Andrew Herbert. Julie in Indonesia. Frankie McDonald. We have Ryan Hector here. Welcome. So one of the last things I wanted to show you for show and tell was, here's Frankie McDonald doing Vampire. Do one for Miami Christine. First of all, I want to thank Julie in the chat room, who has literally has helped the most as a single person. This was last year. Julie helped more than anybody in the last 10 years. She was, not more than anybody, not like to compare and compete. I don't believe in that shit, but Julie has helped. She's at the top of the list. So let's hear it for Julie. One thing I remember, I and my friend watched Sleepy Hollow by Johnny Depp. I screamed a lot, and I couldn't sleep well in the night. Great film. Another great film with Johnny Depp in it is Arizona Dreams. Arizona Dreams. There's another person just like you, Julie, who helped, because sometimes no one watches this show, no one cares, no one helps, especially from where I live and stuff. Like, it's just zero. Like, I might as well not exist. And then someone like Julie or Sky or Stefan comes along, you know who you are. And Miami Christine is an old friend from like 9 years ago, used to watch the show when it was completely different. She came along and helped, and she got a new guitar pedal, which you can see down on the floor here if I go to my pedal thing. So you can see here, because the studio, come on, 10 years, the studio fell apart. I keep saying I usually put in I spend more than I make. So if people think I'm online and people love bass players and they make lots of money, think again. I pay money for you to be my friend. So there's the computer there, you can see, and then we have the floor pedal, which is this one here. And I made 2 videos to say thank you to Miami Christine. So let's play some of that now. Here is a show and tell video. This is part of my show and tell. Hey everybody, it's Bass Guy. This is show and tell. A fun little fact, I don't know if you know, but I do a lot of my editing from bed because I have spinal damage. Isn't that neat and fun? Well, here's a crazy story. I was watching The Bird Feeder with Pat, and we were listening to an album from 2003, the Jazz Collective live at the Brel in Glasgow. You know, anyway. So, next to the ubiquitous chip. Anyway, Glasgow, yeah. And I was saying, oh, I missed that sound effect. And Pat's like, what sound effect? I said, I'm using like a synthesizer floor pedal. I spent like a lot of money when I was younger, and I bought a good floor pedal, and I had to sell it in order to move to Canada. And then I just at random looked up a pedal, and one showed up near the Couche-Tard near me. And then I called the guy, and he says, yeah, it's for sale. On Friday, Miami Christine donated the exact amount that the pedal costs, but that was before we decided to find the pedal that came to us by complete chance and luck. So it's weird. It's just like all the stars are aligning. Get this. He wants to meet at the Couche-Tard. So let's go. Let's get up off the couch, Larry. We're going to Couche-Tard. Larry. So thank you, Miami Christine. We're going to get a new floor pedal and put it down there, and we'll have sound effects finally. Secondhand at an affordable price, the exact amount that you tip. So thank you very, very much. As I said, everything that people donate or support to the show always goes right back into the show. Used to come here and get packets of fudge, like to bake. We'd get a bake kit, get fudge, and then we'd go back there and make it and play Nintendo. And Satan Loves and the real Larry lived here. And this is where we're getting our pedal. So here we are to pick up the guitar pedal. This is exciting. A tip from Miami Christine is going towards the pedal. The guy is selling it. I'm literally hanging out at the Couche-Tard like in Clerks. So weird, man. I used to live here. Like, how long ago was that? 88, 98, 2008, 2018. Satan Loves, Larry, and Up a Ladder Guy. There we go. I'm normally the kind of person, as soon as I get something, I'll set it up and get all excited and open it. But you know what? I'm so tired. The guy who sold this to me was a saint. We knew some of the same people. We met at the Couche-Tard not far from here, and this is just incredible. It just came. This came to me. I didn't look for it. It just happened. It's still in the box. I mean, it still has the plastic. The guy, the great guy, bass player, I could tell he knew his stuff and talked gear and everything, and people, very kind, smart, intelligent guy. kind, which is most important. And yeah, here it is. Wow, this is, I can feel it, just feels good. And this is kind of like the old thing I had, a different make and model, but it's a little bit more modern. And finally, if anything, I know it sounds dumb, but just the volume pedal. So when I unclick my wire, for the last 10 years, I kept buying these wires that's supposed to be click proof and they never work. And this pedal swivels to the side, so you can pitch shift things up to the side and back and forth, like on an X thing. I've never even heard of that, so that's pretty cool. So this is awesome, man. I'm gonna set it up tomorrow because I'm tired, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, got spinal damage. It beats the shit out of me anytime I do anything, and I got chores like making dinner and stuff, so we'll do it tomorrow. But thank you, dude, who sold me this. Thank you, Couche-Tard. Thank you, Miami Christine, for actually supporting musicians. Thank you. Anything we make on the show goes right back into the show. This is our show. I've always said that. It's not about me. We're just trying to build a cool cafe to hang out in. And the more ways we can express ourselves, the better. So life is short. You got to get out there and enjoy it a little bit, right? Doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what you are. Get up, clean your bed, clean your corner of the world, even if it's just, you know. Anyway. So St. Anne's is a bird city. Ville amie de oiseaux. So this is the new mural here at the new park, where the restaurant burnt down a couple years ago, which you can see in one of my videos on my Jack's travel page. And this is by Mr. Paint, P-A-Y-N-T, Mr. Paint, at Mr. Paint. Check him out. We were never able to see Annie's like this. I used to work here for a couple of years when I was a kid. And the grease trap underneath, and then dishwashing, and then cooking, and then battle of the bands and all that stuff. Jam night. We had a jam night here. It was awesome. I ran the jam night at Clyde's and the Pioneer. Okay, we're on our way. We'll go get the Zoom bass effects pedal. Couche-Tard in Beaconsfield. I lived here for 2 years in 1988, and I think 1987, 1989. Yeah, there's a Couche-Tard here.
Show and tell is what we're gonna do. It might be old to him, but new to you. And it doesn't even matter if you've seen it before. Bass guy, show and tell. Show and tell.
Let's hear it for Stefan in Slovakia.
Time for more news from Lake Periscope. Let's check our calendars that we flipped to October a few weeks ago. The weather is just now catching up with us. The air is getting crisper here in beautiful, beautiful Montreal, Canada, where Bass Guy is tuning his bass.
Anywho, here's the new pedal. We got to fit it in here somehow. I moved the whole section. I got a floorboard here, a homemade floorboard of a loop pedal with 2 pedals attached to loop pedal, so 4-pedal loop pedal, an octavider, which I've got from my brother Jamie. I've had since like 1991 or something. This reverb, Lux from Joe, bass synth from my 40th birthday 9 years ago from Mike, reverb, and then I got a little thing here I got myself, the coarse distortion delay, a wah-wah pedal from my cousin Mishko, and a limiter pedal. This blue one we gave to my father in 1981. 1981, and it still works. So now we have this, which has got loads of sound effects and a foot pedal and everything. Comes with Cubase and all that stuff, so let's hook her up. It's really easy. All you do is you just go, okay, this is how I hook stuff up. It takes like 2 seconds. It's so easy. 1, 2, 3, go! Okay, let's look at the back here. We got an input. Whoa! We've got balanced out XLR with post, pre-sound, before sound, the lift, the ground. That's amazing. Plus ODB, decibels. We got right, left. We got phones. We got a level here. I guess 7 is good. USB auxiliary in. Very cool. Gain. You can put it up or down. Control. MIDI in and out. Amazing. What a beautiful piece of equipment. And then there's this thing, which I think you can click this. Not sure how it works. Look at that. So when you can swell in and out the volume, but also the effects, you can, like, if you have an effect, you can make it like go weird or less weird or stronger or less, or whatever, of the processing signal power, all that crap. And then you can also go sideways. So perimeters is the word I was looking for. So say you have distortion, you can turn the distortion up, and then you can move it, make it bassy or make it trebly, or if you have digital delay, that kind of thing. I don't know yet, but I'm guessing. So let's set this baby up. In perfect condition. It's only been used a few times. And I think if you lock this, yeah, that locks it. So you can unlock it, and you can go in and out volume, which I use a lot. I've always wanted a volume pedal. I just haven't had one because too many other things to get all the time. So this came last but not least. That's cool. I've never heard of that before. So you can it's like an X. You can sway up or down, but then left or right as well. That's really cool. So YouTube it and check it out. So to make a long story short, to install a new piece of equipment, it's beyond difficult, because there's cameras and wires and lighting, and it took about 4 years to get this current setup, and next year I have to move it all to clean it, and they're fixing electricity or something, so that's killing me, just the thought of it. But yeah, it took 4 years to get this. It doesn't look like it, but 4 years just to get these wires right. So it's going to take me all day just to get it installed before I even turn it on. But we'll get there. Okay, so here's me plugging into it for the first time. If it works, I'll be surprised, because there's like 1,000 wires. So let's plug it in. It's working. Let's turn on the bass amp. That's just the stereo so far. You won't hear it.
direct till the show, but okay, so everything's working. You gotta put on that limiter.